Disclaimer. All statements, analyses, and opinions provided are conjectural in nature and represent personal viewpoints only. Readers are strongly encouraged to perform their own independent research and due diligence.
Yes, it was Danny Jones. But it was a guy talking about, you guys heard of the jars from Egypt, the granite jars that are supposedly perfect, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They can't be done today with modern tools. Well,
Never.
this guy went, and I bought into it. I was like, man, that is incredible. You know, oh, wow, the ratios are all that's great. Well, this guy, an actual scientist, went and investigated it and contracted a company in China to do the work. And it was a little expensive, so he got some donations, you know, promised people, hey, you donate $1,000, you'll get a vase, you know. So got enough patrons or whatever you want to call it. And China did it. You cannot tell the difference. You can see light through them. They're that thin. They did it with a mill and a lathe.
But dude, we lost the technology.
Right.
We can't.
Right. But it really did a number on me, because I was thinking, man, you know what? That guy is right. He's like, you got, you know, he was friends with what's his name? Ben, the Egypt guy. Ben, gosh dang it.
Benjamin?
So, I don't know. Anyways, the guy that was talking about it, the same guy that I'll talk about something else.
No, you're good. I do remember that story though, because that
Yeah.
happened last year or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was a couple of years ago. When I say a year or two ago. Yeah.
But I mean, I trust the main narrative always. I mean, we lost the tech to go to the moon, and
I mean, it
Got it
sounds
back
good on
now.
paper, right? We can't do that today.
You know what? We're lied to on a daily basis, locally, globally, our
Right.
government.
Yeah.
We know when someone's lying to us. We can just tell.
When they're talking. Yeah.
Yeah. If they say anything, we just know.
Right. Yeah. But like the guy was saying, he's like, I rely on data,
Yeah.
and truth. That's the main, you know, his findings, he didn't want to find that they could be made. He was upset, you know,
Right,
he's like, I was
right.
upset because I wanted to believe
Right.
it, but I have to go with the truth, you know?
Right.
He
Yeah.
he quoted Sherlock, I think, where the truth is his best friend, you know, no matter what.
Yep.
You know, always go with the data. Oh, my sandwich is here. I'll shut up. Thanks.
Ooh, what kind does it tell us?
Peanut butter, peanut
Oh,
butter,
yeah.
and jelly, or no, I think this is gooseberry jam. Peanut butter and gooseberry jam and bacon.
Oh, is
Oh,
it
yeah,
grilled?
toasted. Yes, it's
Oh,
toasted.
I was waiting.
Yeah.
I was like, if it's not grilled, send it back.
Oh, no, it's toasted, but it's so good.
It's
You get the sweet and the salty. Oh my God, and the protein.
protein. I'll tell you what.
Anyways,
No,
yeah.
you're good.
dude, it's
We're
so windy. I just got inside. I'm sorry, guys. I just kind of blew in, but man, that wind was killing me. I had a hoodie on, just grass all in my eyes, and just cursing the world, dude. I hate mowing when it's windy out, dude. It's so
yeah.
bad.
I mowed today too, and it hasn't grown a lot where we are, but yeah, it was a dust storm, and
Oh,
I was actually had spots in my eyes. Like a couple hours later, I was trying to.
absolutely.
I don't like to wear sunglasses either,
Right.
so I just took it. Figure it makes me stronger, you know. Well, I was gonna mention, did you guys hear or see that viral clip going around from a popular show called Law and Order SVU? No?
No.
Okay, so I don't know which one. They're all kind of the same to me. There's Law and Order, you know, whatever. This one is SVU Special Victims Unit. There's a clip floating around from season 1, episode 2, and I'll share the screen here. And it shows these two, I believe they're both in the detectives unit, and they sit down, and on her desk to the right there was a binder that says Epstein. Now, this came out, I think, in 1999, maybe.
No way.
So, yeah, check this out. Now, I haven't checked the original clip anywhere. I don't know. I don't have it, a DVD set anywhere. And I don't necessarily trust the streaming services because
Yeah.
they can remove things as they wish.
And add things, yeah.
Yeah. So watch this.
A good time to do that might be. Well,
Let's show that again.
what a good time to do that might be.
Epstein.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's crazy. I'd love to see
Right
the
there.
original box set.
Yeah. And it's apparently, yes, season 1, episode 2. And somebody says it's at 2134. I can't totally verify that, but I found a lot of the clips and they're all kind of the same. But it just goes to show if that was years ago, they had Epstein on it. And I can't remember the episode title. Let me look that up real quick. Yeah, A Single Life. So the synopsis is a probable suicide becomes a murder investigation with suspects that include the writer, psychiatrist, family member, and a local news anchor. But the woman's sister brings evidence that will turn the case on its head. Really interesting. But that's a pretty random name to pop up on a TV show. I don't know how someone saw that.
Right. That kind of makes me suspicious too, how it like zoomed in and you couldn't see it. I don't know. Yet I would really be wanting to see like you said.
Yeah. If anybody has the DVD set, please take a look.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to see.
Could be AI, but could be real. Who knows?
What's in the news today? Is that what's going on? I've not been watching much of it right now. To be totally honest with you. Anything good? Anything bad?
I've seen some stuff floating around this past week about Christina. I think her last name is Coach. It's Koch. So she was one of the pilots in Artemis 2 launch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And so I'm going to share the screen again.
Is she an actress?
So I don't know, Chuck. I guess we'll see. So this I think okay, so the Artemis 2 mission successfully splashed down on April 10th. So they came back April 10th. This was recorded on the 11th, the following day. So they're in Houston talking, all 4 pilots.
Right, just got out of the ocean.
Just got out of the ocean. So here, just to preface that, this is a video. Let's see.
Oh, Christina Koch.
Yeah, Christina Koch. Yeah. This is in 2024 interview. So just watch a little bit of it and just hear how she speaks.
Okay.
I think it's a really neat combination of the mundane and the profound, and sometimes back to back with each other. So it's everyday life in so many ways. You scrape yourself in space. You might cry over something sad in space. You have to do normal life things in space. You sometimes don't have time to go to the bathroom. You have to grab your water in between events. Everything you do on Earth, you still have to do in space. And then it's next to the profound. You go look out the window and
okay, so that's just an example of how she speaks a year ago. Now let's listen to her now.
Okay.
Said it was a setup for us who had to follow him. That's true. I couldn't sleep this morning, so I did write some words down in my mind, and I'm going to try and share them with you today. 10 days ago, this journey started with our mission manager, Sean Duvall, knocking on my door in crew quarters and whispering, "Christina, we're go for launch. Get up." And it ended.
All right, so I'll skip ahead just a little bit.
In the end, were human moments here on Earth. So several years ago, I was giving a speech and I was doing my usual talk about crew and crewmates and teamwork. And someone asked the question, what makes a crew? What is different about a crew than a team? And I was like, I got this. Open my mouth. Helps if you have a paddle. That'll be good. That'll make you a crew. But the last 10 days, I've gotten a little bit of a that is stroking together every minute with the same purpose. that is willing to sacrifice silently for each other, that gives grace, that holds accountable.
Okay, so here she starts. I feel like her cadence for her speaking is different. The other one, she was very fluid, right? Very relaxed. This one, she seems really nervous, and she
Yeah.
seems like she's copying the words. If somebody says, "Hey, say this," she's copying it. So in this clip, we'll skip forward to 2:59, and if you see the clip going around, she is speaking, and then she just stops, and it looks like people are thinking that she's being fed her speech or her
Right.
talk, and then she just stops, like the mic stopped working. So check this out.
Undisturbingly in the universe.
Hello?
Wait. What am I supposed to say now? What the hell?
So
What?
I may have not learned, I know I haven't learned everything that this journey has yet to teach me. But there's one new thing I know, and that is planet Earth, you are a crew. Thank you.
Okay, so what do you think about that?
That wasn't profound enough for her to pause that long. That was like a save.
Say that again?
That was like a last minute save, and it was kind of
Yeah.
retarded. I mean, sorry. It just, what is going on there?
Like that's what I'm saying. I'm compared her cadence and when she spoke in the other video, and
Yeah,
this one she's
natural.
really nervous, and then
Uh-huh.
she would be like, "When we were on the shuttle, going to our destination, she's like she's hearing
Right.
it,
Yeah, she's here. Yeah.
and then
yeah.
it's like, oop, the mic cut out, and then she's like,
Oh God, what do I say now?
"Yeah, what do you say?" And then the her ears are covered, which I don't know if
Yeah.
that's normal or
Convenient.
not, but I mean, it's just speculation. But I noticed that clip going around. I thought, that's really fishy.
You know, when I don't know. I just don't buy any of that, man, that we went out, they sent them to the moon, man. It's so absurd. It's the pod they come back in, they're in that for a long time, right? That crash that lands in the ocean, that,
Supposedly, yeah.
right? How many days, I think? I don't know. It's not that big. It's tiny for four people to be in. And where do they go to the bathroom? All this and that,
Yeah, you're right, because they can't get up. They can't do anything.
No. I mean, they'd have to be horrendous in there. It'd be awful. 11 days or whatever it was.
Yeah. And,
Ugh.
and
I
how
can't
fast
sit
you're
more than
traveling
11 hours in a car with somebody.
No.
It starts to
And
stink.
yeah, how fast you're traveling. And then the parachutes go up and you hit the water. I mean, it just doesn't add up.
No.
And then there was a video floating around of her looking like it was kind of titled "She was learning to walk again." Why it's all focused around her, which is interesting, and not so much on the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
But she was. It looks like she had her eyes closed. She was walking, and it said that was the day. But when she just spoke, she stood and walked around on stage just fine. I guess rehab is just a couple hours and you're ready to go again. But I don't know. There's just some weird stuff where my BS meter starts going off. I think I'm not so convinced.
I don't know, man. I'm not seeing the exhilaration from four people that just went to the effing moon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not seeing it.
No, I'm not seeing it.
They're pretty relaxed, man. Yeah. Just another day. Yeah, we went to the moon.
Went to the moon
Again.
again.
Not a big,
Yeah,
not a big deal.
not a big deal.
No. We went to the dark side of the moon, right? So even
Right.
better.
Yeah.
Nothing, nothing profound to tell us, or just
I
the
know,
excitement ain't there.
Yeah, and all those. I'm assuming they were astronauts, the blue jumpsuits,
Yeah.
all anxious to hear her words. But
Nothing.
that's it.
It's
That's all you gotta
so
tell us?
yeah. Yeah. What do you think, Austin? I mean,
We are a crew on Earth. But I mean, it's just like Apollo 11. Have you seen the post flight interview
Yeah,
from
we
Apollo
talked about
11?
it.
I brought that
Yeah,
up.
right.
Last episode. Yeah.
It's
But
insane,
it's
yeah.
just as cryptid. Only you can reveal the layers of truth.
Yeah.
And what are you trying to tell us, Neil?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
It almost seemed like he was upset and he wanted us to know that it was a sham.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he was like really upset. He's probably thinking, dude, I thought I was going to the moon for real, dude.
Yeah.
I show up and they tell us, they send us up in a rocket and I come right back. Then they're escorting me to a compound, telling me to shut my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that Apollo mission, yeah, the look on their face and how they seemed was
Like they
as
just
if
got
they really
manhandled, yeah.
believed and trained like they were going to the moon, and then
Mhm.
they figured out very quickly it wasn't real. That's why it's like, and then hey, put on a face, put on a happy face. Oh, haha.
Or else.
Or
Mhm.
else, yeah.
They threatened them.
Oh yeah,
It was
That's
probably
why
more their
That's why they
family.
picked them. Yeah, that's why they picked them for the mission. These guys, we can control them.
Except Kyle brought up, which I've seen on the clips too, of Buzz Aldrin, and it's not a Freudian slip. He's just saying stuff like, "Well, we never went to the moon." Like, I think it comes across like, "Oh, he's just an old crazy guy."
Oh,
But,
Buzz.
yeah, oh,
Stop it.
Buzz, he's doing it again. Where
He's doing it again.
he's
doing
been
his-
asked many times in front of the camera, and he's like, "We didn't go. Never happened."
Wow.
Maybe he just doesn't care anymore.
I bet he is. When you get that age, you just don't give a crap.
But it's all fishy, and I do feel for people that are genuinely excited about it.
I do too.
I feel bad for them. I mean, I personally am not. I've found it hard to believe. What is that film with Tom Hanks?
Apollo 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I think people love the idea because the stars are real, right? You can see the moon, you can see the sun, you can see the stars. If you look at through a really high-powered telescope, which is the planet with the rings? Is that Venus?
Saturn.
Yeah.
Like you can see rings per se around it, but I do think some of the images that NASA produces in these beautiful kid textbooks, like I don't know if that's real. They can figure out what's going on Pluto, right? Which is what, the seventh or whatever planet.
Ninth,
Away from- yeah,
supposedly. And now they're
Yeah.
saying it's not a planet. It's a
Yeah,
now
right.
they say, but we can't figure out what's going on here on planet Earth. I mean, it's just complete baloney. I just have so much trouble as an adult now swallowing that pill. I just don't.
Yeah, it's rough.
It is rough, but we got to live with it. And any theories on why we created Space Force?
I mean, either to milk more money from the public, or there's something we need to defend against from space.
Yeah, an intergalactic force
Federation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, actually. Yeah, that's a good question. Why be the first or something? We already hadn't. Why do we need a military wing of a version of NASA, basically, right? What's out there?
Yeah, right. It's we have the Air Force, which covers the air, but this is
Right,
beyond
yeah.
that in orbit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Austin,
They-
what do you think of? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Chuck.
No, you good?
What do you think of all the planets and such? And throughout the history, some planets are worshipped, Saturn being one. What do you think about all that, especially bringing it with religion and astronomy, astrology, all that stuff? How do you take that? And do you think it's real? Like, clearly, okay, I'll say this: observable evidence. We can see the stars, we can see the moon, we can see the sun. Okay, but that's all I can see. We have a telescope per se that can see it, and the only telescope I've ever looked at stars, they all kind of look the same, like a bright blur, right? It's kind of moving like that, but I don't see what the NASA picture book shows me. So, what do you think about some of that stuff?
Well, I have been skeptical of some of the images coming from deep space, especially, but from following more homegrown astronomers with their own backyard telescopes. It seems what they're showing is matching, at least within our solar system. In regards to the planets and religion, history, etc., I really think people need to focus on the pentagram on, or not pentagram, pentagon on Saturn. In regards to religion, I think it's deeper than people realize. And then Mars has a lot of weird pictures, history, elements on it that, when found on Earth, it's only around nuclear explosions, which is pretty odd. But Saturn, Venus, and Mars seem to come up time and time again throughout the last 10,000 years.
Yeah. Why those planets?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but from what I've read and / heard, the occult are well endowed with knowledge about the pentagon on Saturn. It has representations within Catholicism, Islam, Judaism heavily, but there's definitely something really weird going on there.
You talking about on the poles of Saturn?
Yeah,
Yes.
correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what it means, and I'm not sure if anybody does, but from ye olden time, it was constantly brought up, this black pentagon of knowledge and the others, maybe the Watchers. And from some of the CIA programs in remote viewing, with the whole looking back on Mars and the moon, there's a lot of weird information about Mars. It almost seems that we either came from there, or our predecessors a very long time ago were on Mars, and then we terraformed Earth to allow life, and then moved from dying Mars, possibly due to war, to Earth. But this is all hearsay, besides probably, if I had to guess, JPL and very select government circles.
Yeah, it's I've heard that a lot of stories from Mars. There was one circulating several years ago where a soldier diagnosed with PTSD said he was stationed on Mars as kind of an MP, and they said that he had to hold off all these monster type creatures that kept attacking the base on Mars. That was his job. And then they flew him back home. He's all messed up. But I really don't know. I think what is it? Project what did they use in Stranger Things, or what's the brainwashing one?
MK Ultra.
MK
Ultra. Yeah. I feel that it's used as much as Tylenol is with certain people. And they can put whatever they want in their head to tell a story to confuse the main narrative, or just add something to satisfy the people who question things. But Austin, do you think we can really go to space?
I think we can. Now, did we in the early and late 60s? I don't know. There's a lot of weird pictures, stories, coincidences around that. But I think we could now, if we truly wanted to. It would be really expensive, but I don't know if humans have been on Mars in our current modern sense, but there's a lot of straight lines and squared objects which allegedly aren't found in nature. It really makes you wonder what happened.
Look at the moon.
Right.
If you look at the moon too, there's a lot of weird stuff up there.
Yeah.
I've seen videos of normal people have built a telescope, and you can see things, dare I say, move. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
like what is floating over there? Like what is that?
Shadows and flashing lights,
Yeah.
especially as you venture towards the dark side, it seems.
Well, there's a Transformers movie. One of them, I don't know if it had to do with Shia LaBeouf, but it was called The Dark Side of the Moon. And in the beginning of the film, it has the original Apollo mission where they go to the moon and they're like, one step for man, blah, blah, blah. And then they cut the cameras and then they switch to their real mission and they hop on back and they go to the dark side of the moon. And there's I think it's some kind of Decepticon base, because if you watch Transformers, there's some hardcore stuff about everything, like Watcher type stuff, DNA, aliens, all this kind of stuff. Like, what is that? Oh man, I'm blanking hard. I'm struggling today. It's not Niagara Falls. It's some kind of dam somewhere in the United States. That's
Hoover Dam.
Is it the Hoover Dam? And
That has the monument etched
angels?
onto it.
Yeah, like the angel monuments.
Oh, yeah, I'm totally off.
Do you know what I'm talking about, Austin?
No, you're right, Chuck. It is the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
Is it?
And
Yeah,
there's
they have
video
a
you can look.
weird.
Yeah, there's some weird like angel statues and stuff. And correlate with the Transformers film. There's inside the Hoover Dam. It's not to hold water back, but there's some kind of like insidious block, like a cube inside that obtains knowledge or power or an entity itself. It kind of looks like that block they have in Islam that they worship. That black cube. It looks very much like that. Yeah. But it's funny how that franchise, people kind of look over it, but it
I'm
has
lost.
so much. What's that?
What's the black cube that Islam wore? That's the first time hearing about it.
Here, let me look it up.
That's interesting. Is it a rock?
I don't know what it's made out of.
But it's really important to them.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, tip top. Yeah, they
Tippity top.
they have a whole. I think it's a month or a couple month long ceremony.
Yes.
I don't know the full ins and outs of the religion, but I know you have to be at the tip top of Islam to even enter the rock.
Yeah.
It's very,
So
very
the
protected.
Kaaba, meaning cube in Arabic, is the holiest shrine in Islam, located in the center of the Masjid al-Haram Mosque in Mecca, Saudi Arabia.
How do you spell it? Kaaba?
Islam.
Kaaba.
Yeah, Kaaba.
K-A.
And here I'll share a picture here. But it's kind of insidious looking for something that they worship. But look at that.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, look at all the people.
Wow. So
It's
not
kind of like
everybody
their
not-
version of the
not-
wall.
Not just anybody can get in there.
No, not at all. Like here, is this a Saturn? Yeah. You think there you go. What's inside? What is it? I mean,
So that's Mecca. Okay, so that's the heart of Mecca then? In Mecca?
I don't know.
Oh, I'm trying to click on your screen.
Gotcha.
You got me. That is weird, dude.
Yeah, it's very, very strange. You wonder what's inside. Who built it?
Brief look at Islam's holiest site.
Yeah. I haven't dug into this a whole lot, but have you guys heard about some of the mysterious deaths of these scientists?
Yes. I'm glad you brought that up, dude. That has been bugging me. I heard about it today, listening to somebody talk about it. Yeah, that is weird, man. It's for since probably early 2025 even.
Yes.
Till now.
Yeah. So
like
there's
11
yeah,
or
10 or 11 people, and they all have like knowledge.
Anti-gravity.
Aerospace
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're all brilliant. Yeah.
Yeah, that's something. There's something going on there for sure.
Oh yeah, I remember
there's a game plan there.
Oh, absolutely. They know too much.
Yeah. This person that was on I think it was on you guys know the Y-Files, right? AJ Gentile.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a guest on, and the guy I was talking about earlier, he's a scientist, and his first word out of his mouth was Mossad. Mossad's behind it. And this is a straight-laced guy. So we've gotten to the point where even they are saying when crap like this goes down, the first culprit is either Mossad or CIA.
Mm-hmm.
They make people disappear for a reason, and it's usually for their reasons. It's not for our benefit, It's not for my safety, And that's why the
Yeah.
scientist, the guy that was on the show, said, "Hey, that's why I publish everything I do scientifically. I don't keep any secrets."
Yeah.
And that's what science is about. Share the knowledge, publish your journals, and we build on it. But anyways, back to the missing scientist.
Yeah.
That's bizarre.
I saw a clip where it was brought up in the White House briefing room to the press
Really?
secretary. Yeah. Some
Oh.
reporter asked it, and I was like,
Yeah.
car crash. And
What'd she say?
they were like, what is the White House? They're like, oh, we're looking into it.
Oh, yeah. Good
Yeah,
question.
I really believe her. But the FBI, quote, is spearheading the effort to look for connections into the missing and deceased scientists, end quote. They're really concerned. We're looking
So,
into it.
But looking into it, yeah, that's we're worried, just like you guys, or you folks out there, you good folks, we're worried about these people dying and being missing. 11's a too big a number to ignore.
Yeah.
Top, scientists.
Yeah, I know I'm trying to find her name. So there was a very young female. Does anybody know her name? I'm looking for it.
I think it was Amy Eskridge.
Okay, that
Sounds right. Yeah,
sounds right.
I think she was one of the anti-gravity one, right?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, brilliant. And I watched a lot of her interviews where she's just talking about stuff and what happened to her? Did she go missing?
She came out, didn't she, Austin, saying that people were after her, right? She was one of the first, right?
On video, yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, that if she OD'd or committed suicide, there's no way it could happen. But she died in 2022.
Oh, this is way back then.
Yeah.
I was thinking it was 2025 for some reason. Okay, Amy Eskridge. Okay, yeah, but still, so she said that?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
yeah, she had written it, I think, in a post or a text to one of her friends, but it's all been released since then.
Yeah. So yeah, in 2022, and she was 34, and she co-founded the Institute for Exotic Science in Huntsville, Alabama. And I remember the clip. She talked about Huntsville, Alabama as like a mecca for this stuff. Like it's on some list for potential like nuclear strikes. Like that's how much research is going on there.
Yeah, that's another thing. Nuclear scientists have come up. Yeah, it's a big one. Nuclear and all this alien, anything. Yeah, it's all crazy.
The new doc and movie with Bob came out.
Yeah,
the S4 Bob Lazar story. But
is that out?
Yeah, it's out like a week ago, I think, approximately.
I got to see it.
But and then within watching that, which it like fell into my lap, I happened to be on Prime when it came out, so I was like literally within hours of dropping. I was surprised. But then the following podcast, after the show came out, dude, the amount of knowledge nuggets that they are just constantly dropping. You learn more and more and more every time he speaks, and they have special guests on these podcasts who like grill and ask all these questions. But there's a guy out of the NASA electrostatics department wing. I'm not sure what they call it, but I don't know if you guys know a fella by the name of T. Townsend Brown.
Heard of that name?
Well, it's in the early 1900s. Scientists allegedly found this advanced form of propulsion, and then like he was doing demonstrations, all of a sudden it goes black. Okay, well, fast forward, this NASA scientist who's like the lead at the electrostatic division, he has replicated what Townsend Brown was saying in the 50s. And he's like doing it at his house. He's had everything's online, like you were saying, Chuck. Everything's out in the open. So there's no like, if we get him, it dies. Nope, too late. Right. And it's crazy. It's just, you have to look into it more, but it's really interesting.
It sounds like that thing I'm interested in, Malcolm Bendel, with the thunderstorm generator that he's doing.
Yeah.
On the,
yeah. Yeah.
Publishes
Heard of it.
everything. It lets it all out there. That way it's, they can't
Open
just take
source
him
all
out.
of it.
Yeah. Open source. Yeah.
Yeah.
But have you, I'm glad you brought Bob Lazar up because that's what the podcast I was listening to. And I really liked how the interviewer was talking to him. He was asking him questions like, so how did you feel when you walked into the ship, the UFO, Not what did you see or what they do or this or that. How did you feel, And he was like, I felt like I shouldn't be there. It felt bad. It felt ominous,
Dude.
Like this is
Yeah.
so foreign to anything I'm used to. I want to get out of here. It was the guy that does the skiff. I don't know if you know who that is, the guy that does the podcast in the skiff, but that like Austin said, every time he does a podcast or does an interview, he lets out a little bit more and more like nuggets, like you said, that just kind of puts it all together. It's so bizarre, man. Just I believe every word that Bob Lazar says. I'm sorry. I
Oh,
know I do. I just
I do too.
it's
He
never
seems like
changed.
the most sincere
Yes,
guy,
he's
and
for
he's been
real.
scrutinized for years. I don't even know how he affords
And the
shelter.
Right. And the fact that he says, I wish I never would have screwed up. I want to go back. I want to know what they've learned.
Yeah.
That sold me when I heard that today. I was like, he's not lying.
The comment you said about how he felt like he shouldn't be in the ship, that says a lot. It says there's a spiritual component to it. Like you're picking up on other things. I believe, my beliefs in aliens are they could be man-made. I think they're offspring. I think a lot of them are probably demonic, but that you could pick up on some of those things, like a spiritual, like whoa, this feels off, and the technology they bring, they dangle that carrot over us and those who know, because
Yeah.
what are we going to use it for? We're going to produce it and carry on.
We're going to use it for, well, when I say we, I mean the military, the Navy, the people that find all this stuff and anybody that they don't want to know about it, they're going to use it for weapons or control of some sort. That's it. That's the first and foremost is for dominance. It's always about dominance. It's not about seeking truth or the betterment of humanity. First and foremost, it's how can we exploit it? It's not anything about what can we learn from it. I'm sure, I don't know. Just listen to that interview when when Bob talked about the guy that introduced him on the first day, his lab partner, as they say, Bill or whoever it was. He was super excited to see him because his last lab partner died in some tragic shop accident, whatever.
Well.
Yeah, bring in another meat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's Bob, and this guy's excited to show him. Could you imagine showing somebody something that is otherworldly, is not made by mankind as we know it, and just showing it off in a room? Like, look at this. Try to touch it. You can't. What's going? Yeah, I don't know. It's just bizarre. It's like it's like a magic trick. Like the guy said, it's like showing somebody a magic trick that's not a magic trick. It's real. We don't understand it.
Yeah, it's out of our comprehension. We're problem solving when if whoever's looking at something like that, and your mind can't rationalize what it is. It's going through its files, like I don't picking up anything. I can't imagine if someone showed me something and said, "Don't tell anybody, but I have something that's not from this world."
Yeah.
I'd probably grab their arm and say that again. It's not of this world. I'm like, what do you mean by that?
Could you? Yeah, it's hard to imagine it. To really imagine what that would be like.
Yeah, like a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, movies are real. I mean, there are aliens, dude, or whatever you want to call them, entities.
Yes.
Yeah, and we know this now.
Yeah, exactly. We're not. They're humanoid. No, it's not. Yeah.
It's not speculation anymore. It's not like you believe in UFOs, you weirdo. It's like everybody knows.
Everybody knows.
Yeah.
Austin, if you were to be walking your dog late at night and you saw a UFO or a UAP crash maybe 200 yards from your house, and you look around and nobody else saw it. You felt like you're the only one. What do you do? It's like 1 a.m.
Well, I'm gonna record a video, then shut down my phone and bury it, and then I'm gonna, I don't know, see if there's survivors, see if I can assist them before they're prodded and tortured the rest of their life. Maybe try to grab a chunk and get the hell out of Dodge.
Grab a chug.
Leave a trail of Reese's Pieces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elliot.
Yeah. Green Lantern film. Do you remember how that starts? Are you guys familiar with Green Lantern from the DC universe?
Not so much.
So the main character, I don't remember his name. He's a pilot. And I think he's kind of the same scenario I gave you. I think he's sitting in the back of his truck or something in a field and, drinking a beer, just thinking about how his career is all messed up and he's ticked off. And then he sees a ship crash, right? And so he's looking around like, no way, and he runs towards it. And then he sees a humanoid figure laying outside of it, and he goes to help. And I think it speaks in a different language at first, and then it changes its dialect, and eventually speaks English. But it tells him quickly who he is and that he was meant to take the ring. Because remember, the Green Lanterns are part of the Green Lantern Corps, and that he was chosen, and he accepts it. And then he doesn't know what's going on, And, fast forward, he becomes a Green Lantern. But it's really interesting, those stories. You think, I wonder how much is made up and how much is actually a true story.
Yeah.
Like they say they walk among us. What if they walk among us and they look just like us? Like, so if you remember, I think it's the 50s, Valiant Thor. Does that name sound familiar?
Yep.
Who was it he met with? Do you remember?
Valiant Thor. I don't remember all the details, but I know the name. He was
he was apparently, he looked just like a person.
Had no fingerprints, 6 fingers on each hand.
6 fingers, which is
stated that he had been sent by a council representing other worlds to advise humanity against the dangers of nuclear weapons and encourage peaceful development.
Yep.
Yeah. I have to look into that deeper again, but yeah.
And that was a real thing too. Somebody claiming to be those things, and his name was Valiant Thor, and then he vanished. He came and left.
Yeah.
So really bizarre.
What about the one guy, the other guy, the smiling, what was that guy? Gosh, Indrid Cold. The smiling, some trucker. He stopped it. Yeah, the ship came down in a road or a highway and stopped this guy, a delivery truck driver. And a guy got out of the ship, and he was dressed in like a Men in Black suit kind of thing. And he said he just had a big smile on his face. And he walked up to the passenger window, He rolled the window down, and the guy never said anything, but he talked to him telepathically, to the driver. And I guess that guy visited that guy a few times. And then, yeah, that's been around the block a few times, that story, Indrid Cold.
No,
which also lends credence to the story that the Men in Black aren't people. They're actually aliens.
Oh, they're not people. No. We've talked about that. I don't know if you guys were on the episode. Yeah,
I don't think I was. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a total black budget operation that is not ran by
those are reptilians or something, or some other race. Yeah.
Yes.
Because everybody that meets them says they don't feel right.
Yeah.
And they just
I think
appear.
the idea of reptilians is that they can shapeshift, so they can look
semi-human. Yeah, pretty humanoid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird, man.
Really weird. The Hat Man.
Yeah.
Mirrored Men, all that kind of weird demonic stuff.
What was I thinking? Oh, I was listening to somebody talk about that stuff too. They said how consciousness is a big driver and everything lately. How much that's tied to the UAP phenomenon, UFO, aliens, everything's consciousness related, right? So this guy was saying that supposedly worked in the government, that if you go to a busy airport, all you have to do is think, just put out the thoughts that, hey, introduce yourself to me. And he said, you just sit there and just keep projecting that. And he said, somebody will turn around and wink at you or give you a thumbs up or something just in a busy airport, try it there. He said, they're among us.
That's really interesting. I
And
feel like
that's creepy.
that might get you into some trouble. You might,
Right.
you know,
Unwanted attention, maybe.
yeah. Someone's like,
I think somebody told that to Peter Lavenda.
That's it. You got it. That's it. Peter Lavenda. Yeah. He was on Danny Jones podcast.
Yeah, he's been making the rounds. I've watched 4 of his on different ones I listen to, but
yeah, Peter Lavenda's got a hell of a story. Man, I had no idea.
Man, nuts.
Wow.
And it
Crazy
keeps
life.
coming back, these circling circles where it drags him back in. And then the whole Men in Black with him, they're at his house in, I think it was Connecticut. And then they're in, where was he at? Thailand, I believe. But still, the same lady at his front door is in an airport in Thailand. So figure that one out.
Yeah. Peter dude, thanks for that. Cause I couldn't remember where I heard it. I just heard that one the other day. I was like, man, that is so creepy. And he seems legit, that guy, that Peter Lavenda. I mean, the guy wrote the book, right? What was it? Unholy Alliance and
Sinister Forces. Yeah. He's been in a lot lately. I really enjoy his work. His storytelling.
I'm just new to him, so should I read his books?
Oh yeah.
I tried looking for it on Audible. I couldn't find the actual audio book, but I might have to find the book and read it.
Well, and he did books with Tom DeLonge.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've read one of those.
Yeah.
He's got a research institution, doesn't he? Tom DeLonge?
To the Stars Academy. Yeah. Yes. Where they're supposedly on the side of truth and disclosure.
You wonder what he knows being in Hollywood so long.
Right.
Off camera, he's probably has some really interesting things to say.
Well, he said in the touring van all the time, that's what he would just sit and read UFO books. That's what got him started on it. The whole interest, just like us, just a regular guy.
Hang on.
Wait, I got it. I'll write that down.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so bizarre.
What makes you think why certain people are chosen for this information? Because there's just several options. One, they're really good liars. They're making it all up. But 2, it could be real. But why? Why are they chosen with this information? Why do you think that? Because I don't know anyone other than supernatural experiences from stories of people I know and that we hear, and we may trust the source of things happening to them. But no one I've ever met has had, been visited, especially more than once, and given information. Why do you think that is? Why do you think they're chosen?
Man, I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. Any thoughts, Austin? I'm drawing a blank here. I don't know why. Yeah, I never even thought about it. I mean, I have, but not deeply. But
you're like, pick me.
Yeah.
Choose me.
Yeah. Well, why can't I know about it?
Right.
I think.
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
I was going to say from what Chris Bledsoe has stated that, they come to you when you're at the end or you're in dire need, that they are here. Some are here to help. And when they see us in great distress, as the Bible said, they appear or they communicate.
I can buy that for sure.
That kind of, but sorry, go ahead.
That kind of ties into that David Grush. Remember what he said about it? Remember the guy? Didn't he say something similar to that about the spaceship, the eggs and stuff? If you need it, you got to need it consciously, need help or whatever, and it will come. It's like, what is going on?
It's one big puzzle. Like with the whole Lazar thing, there's no handles, there's no buttons. So how are they manipulating this shit? And
how to be telepathic? Yeah,
right, or something. Well, then they say that the ship is as much alive as the pilots. That it's one entity, and you need the entities to fly the ship.
It's like a symbiotic relationship.
Right.
Yes.
Down to the molecular level.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing they're building on them. And that's what I've heard people report about seeing some of these ships. They say they look alive sometimes when they seem up close. Like
Yeah.
there's no seams, there's no
Breathing.
rivets. It's a big thing. I
Yeah,
heard a guy say something about a ship underwater, USOs. That scientist that was talking to Danny today was talking about how, I don't know who it was, the Navy or somebody clocked a ship traveling at like 500 knots underwater, and it was the size of a city block. You know,
Yeah.
Like, what is that?
what is that?
What is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
And it's not disturbing the water.
yeah, yeah.
It's
Yes.
It's going through it.
passing
Yes,
through
yeah,
without manipulating the water.
right.
Which is scary.
Interesting.
And like Bob Lazar said, when the Daniel guy or whoever his handler was at S4, do you remember the story he told?
Dennis.
Dennis, that's what said they're doing a test flight and they took him out and he said he walked under it. Remember what he said when he walked
Yeah.
under it and looked up? What'd he see?
Nothing.
Nothing. It disappeared. You could not see it until you backed up and then you could see the ship again. It distorted something, light. I don't know. It's so bizarre. And then you hear stories about people seeing the ships at Skinwalker Ranch that fly into the mountain. Same thing. They're not. I don't know. It's above my pay grade, bro.
You only have a level 1 clearance.
Yeah, I feel like level -10 clearance.
Yeah.
What's clearance? You guys have clearance? Yeah.
Yeah.
But man, it just.
I mean, there's
fun.
wild stories out there, and some of them are not hard to believe because the typical, eyewitness is some like hillbilly that doesn't seem very intelligent, but that's not the case. There are
Right.
plenty of super intelligent people that witness things. And I remember one, I tried to go back and find the episode or even contacting the guy, but the Derek Hayes, the host of the Monsters Among Us podcast, which is an interesting one because he has people call in and tell their story. I
That's
mean,
cool.
it's pretty raw. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And there was a pilot. He was a veteran pilot, and I don't remember where he and his buddy were, but they talked about these dragons that they would see, that they would fly on these mountaintops, but they were, I don't know, I want to say Vietnam. They were pilots and they landed on some kind of mountain. I don't know. And one of these things flew down and there was another one on it, like attacking it. And it was bleeding and this other fluid was coming out, but it was both flesh and machine. And it was like a dragon, like the one in, they described it like the length of Never-Ending Story, that long.
Oh yeah, that big dog dragon.
Yeah,
thing.
like a dog, but like a long. It's not so
Yeah.
much like the medieval stuff. But you think the guy said he
Sounds
signed an affidavit. I remember that from the story about what he saw. But you think he didn't sound like he was lying, and you could hear the shakiness in his voice, and it just makes you wonder. There's so much out there.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
hard to not think about it, and it's hard not to want to know more.
Right.
And
Curious.
we're all realists. We have to accept our reality and what we're in. But sometimes you always wonder, like, what's out there? What is that noise? What's under
Yeah.
the sea? Because our lives are pretty consistent. I don't, as far as I don't get to go
Yeah.
to the Amazon and deep in the ocean several times a year. Do you? But
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have that privilege to do those things, but there is so much in this world that we just do not know. But that human nature, the desire to want to know more. And I feel like it's getting stronger, at least with everybody. It seems like it is. It's a defense and it's a curiosity, like go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely.
So like if a situation like the movie Arrival happens next week, okay, Austin, what do you think you would want from like alien knowledge? And I say aliens loosely because you don't know what it is. What do you think you'd want from that? And how would it change you? How would it change your mindset about human existence and other life?
Mm, difficult question,
Mhm.
but I I don't know even where to start. I guess how did we get on this rock is probably question one because I
Why?
think about it often. And then why are you here? What are your intentions? And how do we leave the rock? But if it's going along, which I think that would be poetic justice if it was like the Arrival movie, since humanity can't get along to save its life, uh, a species coming in and doing that would be hilarious. I mean, it's the icing on the cake for humanity's wrath, greed, and lust for war.
Oh, and we're caught in the in between as well. We're caught in the middle of it.
Right.
It's not what we want.
Yeah, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it hasn't happened hundreds, if not thousands of times before we called it, a visit from the gods. Now we put it under a special access program and we get telepaths to be the in between for these messengers, put them in some 52 levels below a mountain, and we milk them for their knowledge. And then after we're done with them, it's another spoil of war, send them on home. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's still going on. I mean, so many all these stories 10,000 plus, and they all say the same thing, but yet couldn't communicate with each other allegedly. It's just weird how they all have the same story across time, space.
Everyone's got a flood myth.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah.
Not
so somebody's already
but
Yeah,
Well-
it's not a myth. And
yeah.
and I'll speak for, well, I don't want to speak for all Christians, but I mean, I'm a Bible believer Christian, but there's still things that are not mentioned even in the Ethiopian Bible as a collective, like we talked about last time, Chuck, a collective canon scripture, if you will. And it still doesn't answer a lot of questions. Like I believe the word now through translation, but unicorn is mentioned like 6 times in the Bible, the standard Bible. And you're like, I thought a unicorn was made up,
Right.
and dragon.
and dragon, right? So, I mean, there are things, and it does have to do with this story. And to me, they hide, they being the powers that be, hide this information because it's too close to the truth.
It's better to keep us dumb
Yes.
and entertained with drivel that means nothing and keep us producing.
Yeah. What'd you say last time about bread and circus?
Yeah, exactly. It's what it is. It's an age old trick, man. They didn't invent anything new.
Yeah.
But we're falling for it still.
Yep. 1,000 years of bread and circus.
Yeah.
Since the Romans.
Yeah. While they're up there dealing with the real things in the universe in the cosmos that matter, we're down here worried about what the Kardashians are doing, dude.
Yeah, new lipo, new skincare.
Yeah. Yeah. What kind of car are you going to get, bro? I don't know, man. I can't pick.
Yeah, materialism. I will say a lot of our culture with movies and TV shows is surrounded by superheroes or anti-heroes, whatever, right? We have all the Marvel movies, we have X-Men, we have The Boys, which is probably more realistic.
The most realistic one I've seen, yes.
Whether
Absolutely.
their powers come from a genetic mutation, they're born with it, or they're a science experiment, or like The Boys, which is Compound V, which was that a virus or was that like a something added their DNA? Are you guys watchers of that show?
I'm
I only
not
saw the
too up
first
on
season.
it. Yeah.
Okay. But augmented mutants, and they're growing and around the world. But I noticed that obsession within movie and film about why they're obsessed with that. And I can only take a guess that the human genome was perverted before the flood and after by angels who wanted to corrupt the human line, right? And to make, and it created, men of old, men of renown, great men, but it doesn't mean they were good because they weren't. But I mean, those genes are clearly still passed on, or there's still things going on. It's an obsessed culture. It's like the idea of Thor being cast down from Asgard. He fell like lightning from heaven, right, onto earth. He's literally like the story of Satan is falling to earth, and he's Thor, the god of thunder. And he's a hero, but is he really a
He
hero?
did some bad things, of course. I mean, in some of the
Yes.
stories, right? He wasn't
Yes.
an angel at all. Yeah, he was
No.
pretty.
No.
Yeah.
And I believe the Greek gods are real. I don't know if they're alive, but I believe they're real.
Yeah.
There's gods and deities and powers out there.
Well, how come the Greeks
principalities.
had them, the Romans had them, and even the Vikings? They were all very similar, right?
Yes.
It's so weird.
And even to this day, we're still talking about them. Like
Yeah.
their story lives on. You think, how can, like you said, the flood, how can the story be passed on this long and people still
Well,
believe it?
yeah.
There's truth to it.
yeah. It's Thursday, Freya, Friday. I mean, they named her weekdays after them.
Oh man,
Yeah. It's
I didn't
weird.
think about that.
It's we're enmeshed in it.
But will it? The question is, will it ever get? Will our reality ever become that? Do you think it will? What do you think is going to happen first? Do you think it's just going to be, nuclear war, nuclear fallout? Do you think it'll just be societal collapse? Do you think Compound V will be introduced, or do you think aliens will enter the picture, or none of the above? Austin, what do you think, man?
The chicken or the egg? Will we ourselves before we get the answers, or will we be intervened? And how many times have we done this? How many times has humanity risen and fallen? We have what, 15,000 approximate years of history.
That's
This
a
could be
blank.
the 10th
Yeah.
Mhm.
journey of man to get tech to kill themselves, to Stone Age to tech, over and over and over. But I don't know. I feel like it's an inevitability, and the internet, it's making everything more rapid. So we're either going to have a war to end it all, or we're about to evolve. But it might take a war to evolve.
The argument about young Earth, old Earth theorists. I believe we're probably, I don't know, close to 6,000 years old post flood. Pre flood, that could have been millions of years. I think, when they find like the Mayan temples and stuff like that, that could have been left over from before the flood. A lot of the stuff they find, I think that's why if they're like, well, the Earth's a million years old, like, yeah, it totally could be. But I think the recorded history isn't that long.
I think Göbekli Tepe was a big change when we discovered that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That one really changed stuff, I think.
And they're being really protective of it. Like there's
Yeah.
still so many
Yeah.
sections they're not allowed to even go to yet. So what's up with that?
Yeah.
Well,
what are they hiding?
and they said the pharaohs, it basically came upon the pyramids, and then they just put their graffiti on it. Now this is mine. Like, we have no idea, and the people that do aren't allowed to say.
Yeah, it's like all the hieroglyphics, like you said, they're graffiti. They portray themselves as half something, half human, and they're gigantic. Like that statue, I don't know where it is, of Gilgamesh holding a lion. I mean, the lion has a mane; it's a male lion. I don't know anybody that's big enough to hold a lion or control a lion like it's a house cat in your arms.
Right.
Just monstrous stuff. Because I remember as a kid, probably watching the History Channel of a lot of those pictures and giant people. And have you ever seen the one where each of these gods or deities painted on these or carved into these walls is holding like this purse? Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's all over. It's not just in one part of the world, but they all have this like handbag that they have. And there's speculation that that handbag is some kind of time traveling device and it is passed down through powers. And maybe that's why certain people or powers that be can get away with more because they have that bag. But you know what I'm talking about then, Austin?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier, Egypt to the Mayans, who's got the bag?
Yeah. What's
Why
in it?
does everyone have the bag?
Yeah. It's really interesting stuff. I mean, locally to us, we have Mound State Park in Anderson, Indiana. Have you guys
Yeah.
ever been there?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So those mounds, they say that the main one that they have that has kind of a walking bridge type thing to it. They said it was used for astronomy and stuff. I was like, yeah. I don't believe it. If you go into the little nature center they have, there's an interior where there's some animals and tanks and stuff. It's cool for kids. Close to the restrooms, you can go back and there's these this compartment wall that has stuff you can feel and it has little pictures. On the very like top level in the corner, there is a like a hand-drawn map and it shows a cave system underneath the mountains, underneath the park. And it is not mentioned in the pamphlet or the flyer or anything. They don't say anything about a tunnel system. Yeah. And so several years ago, my oldest daughter went on a field trip there. And I told her, I was like, hey, you guys get a guide, right? She's like, yeah, I think so. I was like,
Bring it
ask
up.
whoever it is about the tunnels. And bless her heart, she did. And she's like, hey, daddy, she immediately got in the car the next after she got home. And I was like, well, how'd it go? And she's like, well, I asked. I said, what did they say? They said, yes, there are tunnels underneath the park. But he said, I'm not allowed to go in them. And no one's allowed to go in them unless you're authorized to. And she said something about, are there bones underneath there? And I said something about, say, giant bones, but she just said bones. And he said, there are bones that aren't human underneath there. And that's what they said. I kid
Really?
you not, dude.
What?
Yes. And
Interesting.
there's rumors that they pulled giant bones from Mount State Park in Anderson and flew them off to the Smithsonian and they vanish like
Or
every
the
other,
Vatican.
or the Vatican. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're hoarding them somewhere. But it's just interesting. People go there. Oh, wow. Look at all these mounds. I'm like, what's underneath
What's
them?
underneath? Why? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful park. There's some
Yeah.
it's an old trees. They're huge. They're huge there. So it's been there a long time.
Yeah.
So I
Ha-
encourage you to check it out. It's pretty cool.
Have you been to Serpent Mound in Ohio?
I have not.
Okay, that one's I haven't been either, but I want to go. I want to go on I think it's the summer solstice or summer equinox, whatever you call it, July or June 19th, I think. But they did some archaeologists back in the 50s or 60s, I think, did some studying on that, and the serpent's head on the summer solstice, it lines up directly with the sunrise. So it's a
Oh.
giant effigy to that time, but it lines up perfectly back before the flood, right
Oh,
before the
yeah.
flood. So
Yep.
they did the timeline on it. So they theorized, or they said, I think Randall Carlson maybe said it, or they said if you would have been standing in that spot 12 miles north, if you look north, you would have seen the giant ice wall a mile high. So it's like Game of Thrones, dude. And the reason that site became big is there's a meteor crater right there. So they knew there was a giant. The natives or whoever built that monument said there was great power in the earth there. So that's why they
Mhm.
built a monument to it. And they
Yeah,
lined it
they
up
know.
directly with. So it happened right before the Younger Dryas, the Great
Yeah.
Flood. And that's right here next door. I couldn't
Right.
imagine looking 12 miles north and seeing an ice wall a mile high, as high as you
Well,
can see.
what ice wall are we talking about?
The glacier wall that covered Canada and the northern half of the United States that went from coast to coast. And if you listen to Randall Carlson, he theorizes that we got hit by meteors during the time when we went through the Torrid meteor stream, and that meteor shower that hit the ice, melted. That's why you don't see all the craters, but that caused the Great Flood that everybody has an account of across the globe. It hit in England. There's remnants of it there, so you can find the layer in the earth where the black diamonds
Mhm.
are, the nano diamonds or whatever you call them. And below that is saber-tooth tigers and mammoths and all this and that and all kinds of old stuff, and above it, nothing, you know. So I don't know. It's really, really weird to think about
Yeah,
that.
the younger Dryas impact.
Yeah,
I think it's
impact
what they're calling
hypothesis.
it.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The have you been to California at all?
I've never
They
been.
have a place, I can't remember what city, maybe it's in Santa Monica, maybe not. The La Brea tar pits.
Oh
Heard
yeah,
of
yeah.
it?
I've heard of them. Yep.
Yeah, we were there as a kid, and they have pulled stuff out of there. That's probably blow your mind. I know there was a TV show made. I don't know if it was renewed after 1 or 2 seasons, but it's about that, and it opens up, and it's a portal that takes them back in time. I believe there are spots in the world that are gateways to different places, and you can
Ley
go to it
lines.
from. What did you say?
Ley lines and all that.
Yes.
I believe it. There's stuff we don't know about, man. That's just
Yeah.
we've been talking about it all the time. It's just
Stonehenge. you know,
Stonehenge, yeah.
that kind of stuff. You know that series that's still pretty popular, Outlander.
Oh my God, don't get me started on that. My wife is in love with that show.
She,
Yeah.
she touches the stones and she goes
Yeah,
back to
it's
the
pretty
Highlander
cool.
days. Yeah.
It's pretty
Mm.
cool.
Involuntary adventures.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I would take
Just
one.
so happened to fall in love with this handsome Scottish man.
Yeah, she came back. She's like, look, I met someone else.
Someone else. He's a real man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You're a professor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a strange world we live in, but sometimes I do get tired of the mundane and wish something exciting would happen.
Absolutely, dude.
I
Don't
feel
we
like I
all?
may eat my own words later saying that because
Yeah. You got a point there.
like James got impaled by a alien stinger yesterday. 'Cause
Dang it.
Yeah.
He was wanting something different, and now he's
He's got it.
So
Well, I thought of that too. I thought, man, it'd be cool to see an alien. But then I start to think late at night while I'm laying in bed, and I think, what if one does show up in my room?
yeah, you're like
I
taking
would
a glass of water,
piss
look
my
out your
pants.
kitchen window. Yeah,
Yeah.
you see one standing there.
That's what I thought of the other night. I was using the bathroom at like 3 a.m. and I looked out the window. And I was like, okay, I'm not looking out there again because what if something does turn back and there's a head there?
Yeah.
I would go catatonic. I'd probably have a heart attack. You know what I mean? Wouldn't you?
Well, I think about the same thing.
Do you?
You're gonna do one
yeah.
of 3 things. You're gonna fight, flight, or freeze.
Right.
Yeah. Doesn't matter who you are. You'll do one.
In my hero mind, I would think that okay, calm down. It just wants to talk. It's,
If it bleeds,
Who
it
wants to
dies.
breed?
Like, no.
No. I gotta go to bed.
Not again.
Not again.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think about that too. It sounds like
Yeah,
in the
you-
moment we
it's-
feel safe and it's
Yeah,
but
yeah. When it's like
in
daylight.
those dark moments. Yeah, you
Yeah.
see something.
So then you
you know-
start to sympathize with those people that are doing their reliving their hypnotic regression therapy.
Yeah.
You start to think, man, that would be terrifying. Crying and
I mean, I will tell
Sometimes.
a quick story.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. A quick story I heard on Monsters Among Us by same thing. Somebody called in. He says he was an MP, and I believe he was stationed in New Mexico. And he said it was just he and some other guy on some base, and they had these helipads, right, scattered out. And all their job is to just patrol, call in something. They communicate with each other. Pretty easy job. He said that he was doing his regular perimeter check, and he saw something white off in the distance, walking like on the helipad. And so he didn't immediately, oh, what is that? He just thought, what's going on? And it's like a desert. And so he
Right.
gets his binoculars and looks, and he sees this like, the way he described it was like this tall white, but it kind of like had like a tail and claws and sharp features. And it just, he said when he saw it, he just froze. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he couldn't even.
Right, he was stiff. Yeah,
Yeah, and it
scared
saw
stiff.
him and came towards him.
Oh god.
And he said he just, like, he couldn't even grab his service pistol. He was so frightened.
Yeah.
And
I believe it.
I believe what I remember from the story, he managed to get a grip and he ran to his Jeep and then took off. And then he immediately called the other guy and they met up. And he said, did you see anything out there? Had they report this stuff? He said he reported it, but he was just told by his superior just to carry on. It's almost like the way he said it was,
Yeah, we get a lot of those reports like that, bro.
yeah, we know what it is. Just keep doing your job.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. What are they going to do? I mean, you're owned anyways. If you get eaten by that thing, they're just going to say, yeah, he fell out of the truck
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, no.
Training accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that stuff happens all the time. And it sounds like a skinwalker or something to me, or a Wendigo or something.
Something. And
Yeah, something totally creepy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've heard a story similar to that. The guy was a hunter out at night and he had thermals on and he was,
yes.
did you hear something similar? And this
Well,
thing,
he moved spots and then looked
yeah,
back.
yeah,
And that thing was
yes.
sniffing.
Yes, the tree. Oh God, I got
And then
goosebumps,
it
bro.
squatted down like its hands in between its knees up, and it was like, help me, help me.
Yeah, it sounded like a kid or a woman.
Yeah, and he was
Crying for-
watching it through a scope like,
Yes.
and then he
Yes.
fired a warning shot. It took off. Then he tried to shoot it, and
Yeah.
it kept running. And then
So
he went the
fast.
opposite way.
Yeah.
Oh man, I almost puked when I heard that. I thought,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
No, thank you.
Like, do you believe that story? I do.
I do. I absolutely believe it. Yeah. There's stuff out there, man. I heard another one that was Strange Encounters in National Parks, a whole series, and it was people's stories that they reported, and these two spelunkers in a cave system. They got way down in this cave system, man, and they saw a thing that was like spidery walking, like humanoid, and it had a mouth full of teeth, but it had no eyes because it was in the cave, and it sniffed them, and smelled, and they got out of there. But this to hear the story, it just, what was that, and they were scared for their lives. It was going to try to get them, whatever it was. It wasn't out to do anything nice, and stories like that. Then you always hear the stories about the kids, the children with white faces and black eyes.
Like
asking
black-eyed children?
Yes, black-eyed children asking for a ride, want you to let them in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've done some research into that, and I've
That's
spoken
creepy,
on that.
man.
And
What?
a lot of the stories are similar.
Yeah.
And do I believe it? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think
I've heard a
initially
lot
I
of
thought,
stories.
man,
It could be just
there's a lot of
urban
stories.
myth.
Like if
urban
you told
legend.
me you saw one, I would believe you, no problem.
Right.
I
Yeah.
trust you. But
I haven't heard anybody I know tell me.
no,
anything
talk
it.
about black-eyed kids.
Yeah.
That would be really scary.
I don't, I think I don't, part of the story that I don't believe is like, as soon as I saw that they had black eyes, I'm done. I'm out of there. I'm not carrying on a conversation. I'm gone.
Yeah, if you hear a knock on your door, say in an hour.
Look out. Right.
And
Look through the storm
your
door
wife's
and
like,
there's a,
Chuck, get the door.
right.
And you open the door.
Oh, get it.
You're like, I need help. What are you going to
Yeah.
do?
Exactly. Shut the door.
Yeah.
The door's getting shut immediately. Once you see those black vacuous orbs, nothing there, no light, nothing, just a
Right.
black hole.
Can I come in and use your phone?
Yeah. Can I use your telly?
You're like, Telly?
Telly. Well, what year is it? And
Yeah.
they're always wearing old clothes. And I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Like 1930s clothing.
Yep.
Nope. I'm out.
I'd freeze. I'll be honest. I don't know. I probably wouldn't answer the door.
How about my father-in-law one night? He stopped here at the house, drunk from the bar, okay? And just wanted to crash here, right? But he didn't have his cell phone with him, so he couldn't call or nothing. He's out there banging on the door,
gosh.
And then he goes to the other door, starts banging on that door, and it's like 3 a.m. And I'm like, you don't know how that feels until you experience it.
Yep.
That terror.
Yeah.
Heart racing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a no-no
yeah.
on his part to do that.
Yeah. It's like, dude. But
Yeah.
when you're drinking, you know how it is.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about those little things.
Nope.
But anyways,
But-
I hope I don't see anything tonight when I get up to pee.
I mean, you will, but it's fine. We'll just talk about it later. You guys have anything else? Want to add or anything? Any scary stories, Austin?
No, not this week. Probably after tonight, but
Nightmares.
Ugh. Steph said texted me yesterday and said she had sleep paralysis.
No
And
way.
it's the second time she's had it in her life. So I told her she's got to tell us what
Tell
happened
us a
out
story. Yeah.
there. Yeah, because that's a.
Have you guys ever
scary-
had it?
Yes.
You've had it? I've never had it. Austin, you had it?
No, I haven't. No,
I haven't.
my
I don't-
wife gets it constantly,
What
but
is up with that?
I don't know. She's
we'll have to talk about it.
something else.
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
it's
That'd be another episode again. Yeah.
yeah, it's horrible. Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah.
All right. That's it. Peace out.
All right. See you guys.
Right. See you later.